What's up, everyone, and welcome back to Rob's Gaming Table. Today on the table we have another Game of Thrones card game 2nd edition Canadian Nationals video for you, brought to you by these awesome backers from patreon.com who support this channel, and they're the reason why you guys get these videos. In this match we got Guillaume playing Lannister Banner of the Stag versus Alex playing Martell Banner of the Watch. This is Alex Tonak, the deck we saw a couple rounds ago. If you want to see more of this crazy bananas Martell Watch deck, go back a couple of rounds and watch that. It's on the channel, Rob's Gaming Table on YouTube, in a playlist for Canadian Nationals. So you can go check that out there. And interestingly, on the left we have set up just 7-cost Cersei. On the right we have Edric, Dane, a Begging Brothers, Rose Road, and it looks like a Haunted Forest to start us off here. So on the left, Guillaume, Laney, Banner of the Stag. On the right, Alex, Martell Watch. And we have a March, of course, opening us up into trading with the Patoshi, giving 3 gold to the Martell player. And March looks like Cersei's going for sure. 7 costs gone, 1 card set up. That's too bad. He did mulligan into it, just so you guys know. That was not his plan to set that up. And the Begging Brother gets marched on the other side. So initiative was won by the Martell player, Alex on the right. Looks like he's chosen the Lannister player to go first. He's going to collect his 10 gold. And if you're going to recover from a first turn march, you're going to be able to do it with trading with a Pentoshi would be the card to help you. Looks like he's sitting with 3 treacheries in hand to start. Ouch. Starts off with a Lannisport Merchant.
Sorry. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yes.
And Tywin with a dupe. That's not a bad start. That can help you with some economy from falling behind here with basically having no setup. You also can play knowing at least 1 march is out of the way from your opponent, assuming he's not playing 2. And we have the Tickler out there to back up Tywin. So.
Those are my 3 characters in hand. I will let Dornish Fiefdom. Okay. That was my setup.
All right, Dornish Fiefdom to get some gold. Since he's going second, he's going to get 2 right off it. So already getting the Rose Road pump and the Dornish Fiefdom's pump for the Martell side. So he's got his own little Tywin now in gold economy. And it looks like Guillaume's just double counting the gold here, making sure it's all good.
Yeah. Shut up, my bad. Shut up, my bad. Shutting myself up. I'm going to spend 3 gold. Veteran Builder.
So Veteran Builder, if you've seen before, this is part of the little flea bottom combo. He's going to stack it right away. Stack it right away to stay in the Dornish Fiefdoms, get 2 gold right away. This is bonkers. Bonkers.
Yeah, send location, any location. Any location.
So just like that, crap ton of gold, and we get a Green Blood Trader to help get some card draw going here to help spend some of that money. Trying to dig for that flea bottom. I'm sure you would already put it on the table if you had it. Maybe not. 4 gold for a wall, I think. Yeah, we got a wall here. He's already got part of his combo built up, so it's passive power gain, resets. He's got the Haunted Forest there to slow his opponent down, preventing some unopposed power. The wall hopefully will work with that, and he'll prevent some unopposed challenges. Edric, Dane's a good one there to give him any icon, which he saved a gold for and passed over for challenges, so we can give Edric any icon of his choice, and to help block whatever the Haunted Forest and the Green Blood Trader don't block. Then you can hopefully trigger his wall. So we got Tywin and, what do we got there? The Tickler. I think 1 gold saved on the Lannister side. We may see a treachery on the wall this turn, actually. Or we can see a treachery on Edric's ability even. That's kind of like kneeling the wall, maybe. No flea bottom to bring anyone back into play. So I think we have a military here with the Tickler. Makes sense. Knock someone out of play. Help you get that unopposed also by having to claim someone. And then he has only 1 character to defend the next 2 challenges with. But then again, there's only Tywin standing, and he could stand him back up using a range trigger, using Power Behind the Throne scheme plot to stand Tywin back up and get 2 challenges out of him. We'll see here. Depends how aggressive Guillaume wants to go, the Lannister player, on the first round. We'll see.
I'm sorry, I jumped the gun right there. Sorry. His Viper Eyes.
So his Viper's Eyes reaction here to look at the opponent's hand and discard a card. And we have a Hand Judgment played to block that. And no Hand Judgment to block the Hand Judgment. So he will stay out of the hand of his opponent. And it looks like military claim is going to be the Green Blood Trader.
kill him, he kills me.
Okay.
And usually Alex, at least from the videos I saw and from playing him in the tournament, the Martell player usually opens with the long plan. So it's interesting him here not opening with the long plan, but still had tons of economy to start. But it won't carry over into the next round, so we may see him drop long plan second here.
Well, now I gave you an easy choice.
Sorry about that.
But normally he'd be taking advantage of an aggressive opponent is what I'm trying to get at here. So that would usually slow the opponent down first round, maybe, or at least give him some gold to fuel his next low gold plot. But he's able to do that next round if he'd like. And I think we have a big intrigue here.
Spend 1 gold.
1 gold spent. Edric gets an intrigue icon. Are we going to have a treachery on that?
And, I'll defend.
So that's it for me.
I don't think we have a defense. Guillaume's just still thinking. He may treachery that. Icon granting ability off Edric Dane there. Just to try to make sure he takes down the wall for sure. Then he doesn't have to trigger Reigns. Yeah, he'll treachery it. Maybe he doesn't want to do Reigns this turn.
Okay, so he's still staying.
Sure, really want to run this through the casting so early, mind you, but yes.
That will be unopposed, I guess.
It's a thing.
Yes.
So no defenders, the wall goes down. Like I said, you cancel Edric's ability with the treachery. It's just like treacherying the wall, kind of, I guess. So, and it gets him unopposed for sure. Gets some power out of it.
Okay.
And you got a Night's Watch event out of hand there.
I'm done with my
I think it was Mutiny at Crasher's Keep. And of course, Tywin gets a renown. And no range trigger, obviously.
It's a lot better.
Makes sense. Save it for later when it's more effective.
Okay, so 5 cards. 4 now.
We see the mountain in the hand of Guillaume, the Lannister player there on the left. So after getting Cersei March, going down to no characters, things are not looking too bad, but that was kind of a rough start. But having Tywin out there with that extra gold bump should definitely help going forward. Not to mention that Lannister Merchant. That's not a bad thing either, having him out there. He just needs to see some other economy locations, and I think he's sitting pretty. Especially against his control deck that's not really killing anyone, but I mean, he could have a Varys go off and set him right back to 0 at some point, followed up by a Valor. You never know, so we'll see here if this Duke Tywin can carry the game on his back after basically a no setup.
Oh, I don't. I have one. Pleasure. Right him and stab him. Okay.
But after turn 1, Lannister's up 2-1. And Cannon Coppers, turn 2. Cannon Coppers into Cannon Coppers. Seems to be a theme. I mentioned it, I think, last video. It's happened a couple times in this video series. Seems to be the common 2-turn plots.
Yes, because Plaza is X plus.
So we'll both grab tons of cards, both digging.
And I ended up drafting, so that way I'll get unopposed and you'll still have to.
But both having low gold plots. Will they be able to put much out here? We'll see. We see the Iron Throne in the hand of the Lannister player there, which is part of fueling his Banner of the Stag banner package. I know he's got some dominance cards in there, like Chamber Painted Table. I forget what else. I did play Guillaume in the tournaments. I can't remember if it's on video at all, but that you may see that coming up here. So Rose Road, and we have the Dornish Fiefdoms triggered as an action, getting 2 gold, of course, with the Martell player going second. At his own choice, since he won initiative having less power when they tied there. And Tywin gets a bodyguard. I'm sure Guillaume knows there might be some Varys sneaking around, so that bodyguard and the dupe, that'll help survive that Varys into Valor. And we have an Iron Throne and a Rose Road in play now on the Lannister side, and that's all going to be it. He's going to save 1 gold, pass it over. And now we have Gaston Grey coming out for the Martell player. That is an answer to a big bad Tywin coming in on the attack. That's going to prevent some range triggers. Or at least maybe make Guillaume think about going in on a challenge. But he's sitting on 2 more treacheries, so he does have the answers for that Gaston Grey. He's got a gold for it too. So he can bait it and then blow it up. But he's got to watch out for that Hand's Judgment canceling that. Or you could have Tywin back in hand and losing a dupe. Bodyguard would go back, of course.
Spend 1 gold.
We will see. This Martell deck's all about slowing down the opponent. And just controlling and getting some passive power gain, I think. So we have a Bastard Daughter out there now, a Desert Scavenger on the Martell side.
It's on you. Challenges you.
And time for some Lannister challenges here.
You got it? I mean, I'm in the driver's seat.
So this Lannister deck, having that Banner Stag, has its own little passive power gain module here. At least with the Iron Throne, it's going to help him possibly win dominance until the Martell player sees his Iron Throne if he gets it. I know he's running, I'm pretty sure. It's part of the module also. Lots of locations in this Martell deck, for sure.
Who goes first?
So it looks like a Tickler coming in on a challenge. Haunted Forest is going to do the only block, so the unopposed is blocked. The Bastard Daughter just dies anyway, so it doesn't even bother throwing the Bastard Daughter into the challenge to defend. And he gets great haul on the Intrigue, or sorry, on the Bastard Daughter's effect from Claim.
Okay, I got time.
So I get
No Gaston Grey there, triggered on the Tickler. Surprise, surprise. And we have a Chump Power Challenge coming in here with the Lannisport Merchant. We could see that single gold saved on the Martell side used to give Edric Dane a power icon to block the unopposed. Or we may see the wall go down.
no, but the problem is my dragon was already kneeling, and the only one that I could have triggered dragon.
Okay. And then Pitcher Terrace.
I need to be standing because I need to kneel him again.
And if he spends that gold on Edric Dane, then we know that Treachery is going to go off without any cancel from Hand's Judgment since it costs a gold. And it goes unopposed, he's just going to let the wall go down. Now, he let that wall go down. Is it because he's holding that Hand's Judgment and he's waiting for that Tywin to come in on the challenge and then cancel that Treachery on the Gaston Grey, which would send Tywin back to hand? That would be super gross. No, he's going to spend the gold on Edric Dane. Looks like it's over to the Martells for challenges. And remember, Edric Dane has stealth, so he can stealth past Tywin.
4. And it's depending on what you want to put on it.
4 cards in the Lannister player's hand. Alex is thinking of targeting the hand here. Gonna do the Intrigue. No, it looks like power. Looks like he gave him a power icon. Stealthing Tywin. It's gonna slow the opponent down. That seems to be the game plan early in the game here. Steals a power, gets an unopposed. And of course, looks like dominance is going to go to the Lannisters. Having Tywin plus a gold buff and the Iron Throne.
Yes, well, I got another one. What now?
Ça va? Ça marche pas bien?
And that's all I can do. Like, hold on to the gold.
So you're holding on.
And if you're new here, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Help support the channel. It's free. You can slap like buttons on the Game of Thrones videos. If you'd like to see more Game of Thrones videos, always share them on social media. That's always a big help. And feel free to leave comments below. And if you'd like to support the channel, help offset the cost of what I do here, help improve the channel, you can do so by clicking the link in the description below and heading over to patreon.com/Rob's Gaming Table. Any amount helps. It definitely helps for sure. And I appreciate everyone who's donated so far.
Really hurt.
You can see all their awesome names at the start of the video. If you want your name in there, you know what to do. But yeah, thanks a lot for just watching, guys. I appreciate it. Looks like Alex, the Martell player, shows in his plot here. And Guillaume on the left's just taking his time here, trying to figure out which route he wants to go. And he goes Winter Festival into the long plan. So some more passive power gain here in this Lannister deck. Very interesting. Not a usual plot you see in a Lannister deck.
I feel like you're giving it easy.
I don't know.
He's telling us. So
I'm out of economy. I don't have economy.
So we drew 2.
And that Drogon thing really hurt. I probably should have blocked it. Yeah, I probably should have blocked it.
So it looks like Lannister player's going first.
Yeah, but then you have Iron.
Chosen by the Martell player, I'm assuming. Winning a shiv there. Yep.
Sold me a dragon, and I can always fire in blood, bring him back.
Of course, so we can get his 2 gold off his Dornish fiefdoms. See what Guillaume can do here. This pile of gold. I think he's working with 8 gold here. Plus the Lannisport Merchant. Now, the issue here with having those other 2 treacheries, we know he has them. They're sitting in hand there. How long will they sit in hand with those his Viper's Eyes floating around in the other deck? He's used one already. We could see it grabbed on his Viper's Eyes, so he's got to be careful. Can't hold him for too long. And then again, which things does he want to cancel? Now, the Martell decks here is presented, you know, the Wall to cancel, Gaston Grey to cancel, and other cancels that are okay. But if Guillaume knows Varys is a possibility, he may be just holding on to those treacheries for Varys specifically. But the only risk there is if Varys never gets played, or if, you know, like I said, Intrigue challenges or his Viper's Eyes grab those treacheries, if they sit there too long, as we saw, he had all 3 at the start of the game and he's used one already. That could be trouble. We'll see here. So we got the Mountain in play now. Another 7-cost Laney body. I don't know how long he'll stick around for. No dupe, no bodyguard. He can rack up some renown, that's for sure. Secret Schemes here, kneeling the faction card. He's going to draw 2 cards since there's 2 in the use pile. Digging for that Flea Bottom. Where is that Flea Bottom? We know that's a key component to this Martell deck. He's got that it's a veteran builder sitting in the discard pile already. Just waiting to come back and play in stand locations. He can stand the Wall when it goes down. He can stand Haunted Forest when it goes down. We've already seen him stand the Dornish Fiefdoms. Can stand Flea Bottom. But he needs to see it. And then that Flea Bottom would be another... or the veteran builder could be something else that treachery could target. So lots of things in this Martell deck for your treacheries to just, you know, target, and it's hard to prioritize. You never know when's the right one to cancel, or which one's the most important and which time to do it. So I'm interested to see how it plays out here. So that 2 power sitting on the plot card they're speaking of, that's for the Winter Festival. At the end of challenge phase, he'll get that 2 power. Triggering the reaction off the plot when the challenge phase ends. There's no summer plot across the board to cancel it. So I have a challenge with a tickler. I think it's Intrigue.
Cost 2, but 3 if I'm first to 3.
Okay. Right. So any location.
Yes. He's like super anti-gas and great.
Okay.
So it looks like there's no care here to use... oh, sorry. He does not have Reigns. If I mentioned Reigns earlier, he's the banner of the Stag. I don't know what I was thinking. I see so many Laney decks nowadays that are just Reigns. I started thinking about Reigns. I'm an idiot. So yeah, I think I was talking about that first round, standing up Tywin off the Reigns trigger. It's not a Reigns deck. I'm voicing over too many damn videos lately. Getting confused. I'm sorry, guys. So go delete that comment making fun of me talking about it being a Reigns deck. Also shows that Reigns is a very popular agenda right now. So a good counter to the Mountain is this Southron Messenger that comes into play. And when he comes into play, he bounces a character back to hand of the opponent if it has 1 or less icons, which the Mountain's got that weakness. And then we see a Treachery burned on that. So there's another thing that Treachery gets used on. That's 2 Treacheries gone now. Just needs to get rid of that 3rd one, and then the Wall's going to have no issues. Gaston Grey's going to keep the lockdown on. And eventually other things will keep affecting. So we get a military icon now on Edric Dane, spending a gold. And we get a defense here of 1. And a second Treachery burned on the Gaston Grey. All 3 Treacheries gone.
3 treachery, 2 Tywin, 1 Cersei.
That's good to know now.
So Treacheries are gone. You hear Alex having a sigh of relief. He's glad they're gone. Mountain does not go back to hand. Gets straight up canceled, stays in play. So now Varys is free to run wild, assuming no Nightmares. Nightmares is the other thing that can really screw with the Varys if he's coming in on the last of the Giants. So Pillage is an Iron Throne. Not a character to kill with the Mountain's ability. And we saw Edric Dane get killed for claim there. So we could do a power challenge on the Lannister side still. He's on the other 2. Gaston Grey's gone. He's going to do the power with Tywin. Just looking at his hand, see if he wants to save him back for blocking an Intrigue to protect his hand. But he doesn't seem to care. And he doesn't know his Viper's Eyes there, so he's going to run in on the power challenge now while he can. And it goes unopposed, gets renown. Oh no, it's opposed by the Desert Scavenger, sorry. And he gains renown, claims 1.
I can't do anything. What happened? Like, how did this this game gets
So 7 power now on the Lannister side.
I think my Iron Mines with your
3 cards.
Iron Hall, etc.
Only 1 on the Martell side. So looks like Guillaume's taking the path of trying to rush as fast as he can to close it out here before the shenanigans keep slowing down his game. So Winter Festival goes off, gets 2 more power.
On dominance base, I have an answer.
So he should collect dominance, winning dominance, and an action for dominance. We got Mutiny at Craster's Keep, sacking the South Run Messenger, putting him in the discard pile for use later if he gets Flea Bottom. And Mountain goes back to hand. Or, sacrificed. He doesn't pick Tywin. It can be saved from that, so Tywin can use a bodyguard to save from that. Or not bodyguard, a duplicate. He cannot use a bodyguard to save from sacrifice. I think. Or no, he's discarded. You sacrifice for the cost, discard on the other side. Sorry, you can use bodyguard to stop that. I'm just going to double check the Mutiny at Craster's Keep text, just to make sure I'm not leading you guys astray.
Setting, taxation, cards in hand. Are we cards in
Oh
hand?
man, we made.
Dom is me?
Yep.
Yeah,
I didn't get my long plan on anything.
So Alex just realized he completely forgot the long plan. I forgot it too.
Something we could do. I'm
Well,
sorry.
it's past reactions.
Really?
And Guillaume's going to stick with his Canadian nationals. He doesn't want to allow any takebacks. So he's going to say sorry, and they're not going to be able to trigger that. It's your own plots, and it makes sense. So no takesies backsies here in this match.
We're starting at 7:30 for the next round.
I don't think I can go.
Cards in hand? Well, you got 8 reserves, so you should be fine. Still have 3.
So yeah, too bad Alex there. He's got 5 power now, but I'm sure he would have loved that gold. Flipping into a lower gold plot next coming up, or maybe help him fuel that Varys. He might be sitting on, might be able to play a Varys straight up. And he plays Fallen from Favor and a Feast for Crows. So Feast for Crows are getting the extra 2 power on the dominance. Fallen from Favor makes the player who plays a discard a card 7/7/1, 7 reserve. So maybe he wanted to play a lower gold plot and needed that gold from the long plan, but instead he's forced to play one of his higher economy plots here. And he's chosen Lannister player to go first. Keeps winning initiative with those plots. So Mutiny at Craster's Keep is an ominous action. Choose the character with the highest printed cost among characters you control. Sacrifice that character to choose an opponent's character that they control and discard it from play. So yes, he could have saved with Tywin's Dupe or Bodyguard from that discard. It's not. It's only sack on one side for the cost, not sacrificing your opponent's character. My bad on that one.
I just have to catch up slowly. You draw 2?
Yes.
I still have no cash. Still have no gold.
Well, you got rid of one of my goals, but I don't have much either. It seems like I'm not drawing it right.
So Dornish Fiefdoms comes in, gets 2 gold.
I finally have stuff in the dead pile against opponents.
Did the Lannister player just pass on challenges? Is he going first? Or sorry, pass on marshalling. He collected gold. Oh, he played a red cloak. Sorry, he played a red cloaks. And then passed. So he's trying to keep some gold for Tywin, maybe a hound. Maybe to use on those red cloaks later. Definitely wants to win dominance for sure, so that's something else you have to keep in mind.
I'm gonna sit.
And Alex is going to sit on a pile of gold. Looks like 10 gold.
Okay.
And I'll keep 3.
You can have them now.
Neil, Blood Orange Grove.
It's not a very eventful marshalling phase there. Let's see if challenge is any different. So it looks like 8 power on the Lannister side right now.
25 cards in hand. Approximately.
7.
5 power on the Martell side. Guillaume asking about cards in hand, probably wondering the odds of hitting his Viper's Eyes. And we got the red cloaks coming on a challenge. I'm just not sure which challenge it is. We got 5 gold spend. Is it Hota? Hota's coming in here. Yep. And Hota's going to pop the red cloaks out of the challenge. And we know there's no more treacheries to cancel that.
I could have stood him to keep going.
Yes.
I had to have it. Yeah. I would have Danny'd if you wouldn't have seemed like I kept
It
drawing
flowed
into
really
this
well.
hurt me, but it seemed like I kept
Yeah.
drawing into answers, which is the problem that I didn't have against opponents.
I don't know. I had no like momentum.
And now a military with Tywin, so it must have been an intrigue with the Red Cloaks.
Shit. And I was happy when I saw my Iron Mines,
Yeah.
and then I felt safe.
Right, he gave me first player, so I couldn't block.
So Tywin's huge. I don't know how much gold is saved there, but I'm going to assume it's 7. So Tywin is a 13 right now.
For your opponent.
He had an answer for everything.
And all that's across the board. We got the Haunted Forest and Hota walking for 6.
Need more economy.
I just, if you don't mind,
Force reaction, the Haunted Forest goes down. Hota dies for claim, renowned on Tywin.
hear what I have to say about my terrible showing. So,
Right.
Toronto, you're actually from Ottawa, right?
Yeah, but I come from
Play
Montreal.
with the Ottawa guys. Yeah,
No, I
you're like
And there's the Hound. That's why a good reason for a Lannister player to save gold to play the Hound. We got a Hound coming in on a power challenge. Unopposed, Haunted Forest, Force reaction, or sorry, not Haunted Forest. The wall goes down, and also the Hound goes back to hand. Takes unopposed and claim. Looks like he's 4 power away from winning.
Sorry.
They have challenge.
Yeah, my challenge. Sorry.
And again, we're starting at
I could do something.
7:30.
Okay.
all right. It's enough time to go get some beer.
Are you done with challenges?
Yes, I'm done.
So now challenges for the Martell player.
Have to break is 2 more rounds. Last round is Smith after
Pair me up with the straw, please.
What's that? Don't pair me up.
No, pair me up with the straw. Pair me up.
So no challenges.
Yes.
And in the challenge phase, we get a Red Cloaks trigger.
It's mine. Trigger this.
So dominance, Feast for Crows trigger, gaining 2, then taking dominance power.
And I have an action.
I have an extra.
Oh, well, I'm first player, so I have first action.
So first dominance action is a Tickler kneeling. And there goes Flea Bottom off the top of the deck. I'm sure Alex wishes he could draw into that next round. Oh, man. And we get the Giants played here for a Varys play.
Am I gonna play against them?
Do we have a Nightmares? No Nightmares. And Varys gets triggered at the end of the dominance phase, removed from game. And everything's going to get discarded except for Tywin. He's going to stick around with either a bodyguard or a dupe here.
How do I save Tywin? I think
He's going to bodyguard to save him.
get the bodyguard off.
And leave the dupe.
Then standing. Taxation.
So Lanny player's 14 power, 1 away from winning. Martell player sitting at 4.
If you would have valued earlier, you would have.
Does he have a second march to the wall? Because now would be a good time to play it.
Play a second turn.
Second turn, yes.
Don't count this Martell deck out yet, that's for sure.
No, like, yeah. Like, Heron Hall was on setup.
I counted this Lanny deck out pretty early after having that March Cersei, but he's now sitting at 14 power. Who would have thought? So we got Summer Harvest hitting Retaliation. Retaliation forcing the Lannister player to go first. And 6 gold gained from the Summer Harvest off Retaliation. So Hota is dead, so no chance of Hota coming in and stopping Tywin on a challenge, which would be pretty huge. So Tywin right now could just win the power challenge on his own, and for sure win, even if it's blocked, gaining claim or renown, just in case. Basically could win any challenge and get renown, assuming no nightmares, but that's why you play it safe, go for that power. And you can claim a power and get a renown, either or, if he gets blanked.
It seemed like you didn't get any momentum.
So we will see. We got 2 Dragonstone Faithfuls. So some other Stag Banner stuff. Crescent. Let's get rid of that milk that may be coming out for Tywin to slow him down.
Yeah, 'cause the problem was if you kept playing chud chud chud.
And we get the gold triggered off the Dornish fiefdoms over here on the Martell side.
Like 5.
Let's get around. Good luck.
Yeah, man, be lucky too.
All right, let's see what we can get marshaled here on the Martell side of things. We get a secret schemes. He's digging. Does he have any way to stop the Lannister power from just getting, or Lannister player from just getting a power here in the challenge phase? I'm curious to see if he can blank Tywin.
What?
keep your wall standing.
Oh yeah.
You can blank Tywin here, maybe.
Spend 2. Green blood trader.
Yep.
But even so, I don't know how he'd stop a power challenge right now. Tywin's 6 plus the gold. Extra like 11, I think he's at. And then you have Crescent and the Dragonstone Faithful all having power icons. A Nymeria would be interesting, but then again, that only takes one icon off Tywin, and leaves him open to do the other challenges. So if you stole like his power icon, I guess Crescent and the Dragonstone Faithful could still win. I'm not sure. I don't know if there's answers here, but Alex is digging for them, that's for sure. Greenblood Traders, Secret Schemes. Does he have the answers, or is this it? I don't think he's going to be able to last long enough through challenges, and even Dominance could be the closing power to win. He does have 2 claim, though. If he was going first, it'd be different. But maybe not, because Tywin could just defend on the Renown. So yeah, I don't see any way out of this here. So throwing Messengers in hand, or oh, he's looking through the discard. Sorry, never mind. Yeah, I don't know. Tons of cards in the Martell player's hand right now. I don't know, but I don't know if he has a way out of this. So even if he got Varys out there, it's all the way to the end of Dominance. So there's like lots of power that could be gained in between there. I don't know if he can stop that. But Alex is going to take his time here and look it over. And while he's doing that, make sure you subscribe. Hit that subscribe button. Also hit that like button while you're waiting. And also stay tuned to the channel. Hit that notification button beside the subscribe button. And to be notified whenever new videos go up and when we go live. And you'll be notified when the next Game of Thrones, the card game videos get posted. And other board game videos, Legend of the Five Rings videos. And other, whatever, general tabletop gaming videos.
You know, I don't mind you taking your time. So I don't see a way out of it for you, so...
I almost have it, man.
Sure. Really?
Yeah.
Well, you'll explain it to me afterwards. But take your time, figure it out. If there's something we can do, I want to see it.
Yeah.
This feels that you knew what you were looking for, but I really don't.
I was digging for the gas.
Oh, Gashed and Gray. That would be an answer. And that's what Alex was digging for there. But did not find it, I don't think. He says he's almost has it. Almost has what he needs.
With an Iron Throne and a Tywin, I don't know how much strength. It's kind of hard.
But Guillaume trying to convince him here that there's no way he can stop it, but he'd like to see if there is. Hota would be huge, but we know he's dead already. It makes you think, was it worth it to do that Hota earlier? Stop that Red Cloaks on that Intrigue challenge or whatever he was doing. And risk getting him discarded from hand. Maybe he's trying to protect that Varys Last of the Giants combo and thought that was worth it.
The thing is, I got a Nymeria.
So you can play the Nymeria, like we talked about before. What would he steal? Power off Tywin? Let's see, he doesn't have enough gold. He needed one more gold there. He's going to give it up. Yeah, if he's going to play the... He need one more gold if he's going to play a Flea Bottom and start some cycling. Keeps looking through his discard pile, but then he would have no money left. So Nymeria basically saps him and doesn't have enough to stop Tywin, stop Dominance, and get his little combos going to get back into it here. So congrats to Guillaume there, surviving this control deck. But that's not all you're going to see of that control deck, and that's not all you're going to see of Guillaume, I don't think. So stay tuned. Those two great players are going to be playing again in other matches coming up. So like I said, stay tuned to the channel for those. Thanks a lot for being here, guys. Thanks for supporting the channel over at patreon.com/Rob's Gaming Table. All you guys are awesome for helping me out and making this a lot easier. And hope to see a bunch of you guys at Worlds. More Canadian Nationals coming up on the channel. Thanks a lot for watching. See you in the next video, guys.